Hello, welcome back to my garden. I thought for today's video we would do a little mini tour of the garden, see how things are progressing here on September 1st, and do a little bit of a harvest. I have a few things around the garden that I need to harvest because it's already been a few days and I'd rather I get these veggies and not the little critters in my garden. So I thought we would do a quick little harvest today. I've got my basket. Let's get going. This is the garden I have in the back of my yard. It's a 6 by 3 foot raised bed, and then I have a couple of other veggies growing in some 15-gallon grow bags here beside the raised bed, mostly because I've run out of space. So I do have these two plants. One is doing quite well and the other one not so much, but I've decided to leave it in because I just wanted to see what happens, and I really don't need this bag for anything else. Plus there's tons of oregano going on here, so I'm just kind of leaving those two as is. But we do have in this massive forest of a garden some beans to harvest. Everything is growing nicely. The tomatoes are still growing. These are the last set of tomatoes, or the last planting of tomatoes, that I put in my garden this year. So these aren't as mature or have as many tomatoes on them as some of the other tomato plants in my garden. So these are, I'd say, the youngest. I'm hoping to get a harvest off of them though before the end of the season. However, we do have some purple beans over here and hopefully a few other varieties of beans hidden in amongst the leaves. But these are just so pretty, and we harvested some of these already this season and they just taste amazing. I love them. I've never tried purple beans before, so it's always fun to try new things, new veggies. I'm going to start a little collection in my basket. There's tons of beans hidden back here. So we only got a few beans off of that plant, but not to worry. We have a ton of flowers on this scarlet runner bean plant, so I'll be getting tons of scarlet runner beans very, very soon. As we move towards the front of my garden, we have a lot going on up here as well. There's tons of stuff on the deck, plus two large gardens with lots going on. So let's start over here on the deck. We've got some tomatoes to harvest. That's probably what I've been getting the most of this summer, is tomatoes. My kids have been loving the tomatoes. We have been loving the tomatoes. And since this is my first year growing a garden, this has really been a trial and error season for me, growing all kinds of things, seeing what I like, seeing what we don't like, seeing what we're going to try again next year, maybe try some new varieties, different things. I'm gonna have to climb in here to get all these tomatoes. So far, tons of tomatoes just from this garden here in front of me. I haven't even gone over there yet, but what a surprise under here, if I can even get there. We've got some beautiful lemon boy tomatoes ready to harvest. These are my first lemon boys of the season. So exciting. Let's see if, oh, it's definitely ripe and ready. Beautiful tomato. We've got another one in there. Oh, unfortunately, this one didn't survive, but that's okay. This is why I've been trying to get out in the garden to harvest as often as possible, because the critters are definitely taking the veggies. We're even going to take the almost ripe ones and ripen them in the house. So also in this garden, when I was tending to this garden over the weekend, I had another wonderful surprise. I have this Mocha Swirl pepper here that I'm loving. We've harvested some green peppers off of here because I couldn't wait for them to ripen. But when I was in here over the weekend, I absolutely saw this and I can't wait. I might have to harvest this today. Mocha Swirl sweet pepper. let's harvest it. So let's see if we can get in here. What a beautiful pepper. I've never tried a pepper like this before. It's going to be really exciting to grill. And the best part is there's more peppers on this plant. You see at least 5 more peppers, so there's going to be plenty more. My basket is definitely coming along nicely. Over here around the corner, I've got a white star eggplant, and I just harvested 2 beautiful eggplants off of this weekend, and there's even more coming on. It's so exciting. This plant has been so productive. I've probably harvested 5 or 6 eggplants off of this plant. There's another one right there. I can't wait to get more of these. And then last but not least, we have this garden over here with plenty more tomatoes on it. We're going to take all of the ripe and almost ripe tomatoes off this plant just to make sure that the critters don't get them, including this beautiful guy down here. I just love the taste of fresh veggies. There's just something about growing the veggies in the garden myself. It just makes them taste so much better. They're sweeter, they're fresher. Oh, this one's not so good. It looks like the critters have been at these. I should have come out here a couple of days ago. We're going to take all the tomatoes we can today. All right, we've got a nice, beautiful harvest of tomatoes, a pepper, and some purple beans. We'll definitely be having some of these for tonight's dinner. I also want to show you this gorgeous pepper that's growing. I can't wait for this to turn color. We'll see. I know we're getting late into the season, so I don't know, given that this is my first year gardening, I don't know how long it really takes for peppers to turn. So I might have to harvest this green, but that's okay. I'm sure it's going to taste amazing no matter when we harvest this beauty. But for now, he's going to stay put. I do have another mini corner garden over here in this corner of my backyard. We've got lots of kale, some pepper plants, a squash plant. I also did an end of season boost this morning when I watered my plants, and that basically means I fertilized. I want to get some extra production out of all of these plants. So I went around and I fertilized, especially the plants that I have growing in grow bags, because the water drains very quickly and it's hot, and the heat just helps the water evaporate and the nutrients drain from the grow bags maybe a little bit more quicker than they would in an in-ground garden or a raised bed garden. So I fertilized everything. I have my last crop of cucumbers here that I planted several weeks ago, and I'm hoping to get a final crop of cucumbers from this plant before the end of the season. What an amazing harvest we got today. Any harvest is so much fun, no matter how big or small. I hope you enjoyed this midweek harvest with me today, and I hope to see you in my next video. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to this video and follow me on my socials. Bye for now.